Alright, so we've finished game 1, on to game 2. So this is Isaac's list. I've just ported it over. This is the first time I'm playing this deck, keep in mind. So I'm just going, right, what are Isaac's anti-control cards? Here they are, and I've sucked them in. So Carpet of Flowers and Choke against the islands.
Yep.
And even though the deck's playing blue itself, so, you know, I'm a bit experienced. I'm not sure if I should have brought these two cards in or not.
Yeah, well, looking at the deck lists, that Kurgan list has a lot of non-basic, non-island lands in it.
Yeah.
And so maybe having cards like Choke and Carpet of Flowers is a little bit of... maybe a little underpowered, overkill / underpowered. Yeah. But I understand what you're trying to get. At. Like Carpet of Flowers is probably worth it because like he has enough islands that you don't need to get very much mana of Carpet of Flowers for it to be insane.
And also, lots of his counter spells are like counter unless you pay X mana.
Yeah, exactly.
Carpet of Flowers can really help.
Yeah, just having a Soul Ring on your side of the table is like very powerful. Soul Ring is 3 points. I mean, Carpet of Flowers
it's one mana. 0 points,
Yeah, 1 mana, 0 points.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I think Carpet of Flowers is worth it. Choke, maybe not, but But the other cards are pretty... No, maybe not self-explanatory. Like, Duress is obviously like a good, you know...
Yeah, well, he's always going to have targets.
Yeah, exactly.
And 8 calls the engine of his deck.
Yeah, and you'd be lucky to hit 8 calls.
Yeah, I would be lucky, yeah. I mean, I'd have to be on the play.
Yeah, you have to be on the play, yeah exactly.
Yeah. Or have him shoot it for a game, turn 2 with some Merchant Scroll or something.
That's right.
Okay, so my first step with sideboarding was I went through and found the 5 cards that were bad. Isaac assured me that Absence Pilgrim comes out when you're in doubt, like because it's not that strong. It's the worst of the mana guys. Yeah, so I had 5 cards to take out. I'm like, what's the best 5 cards to bring in? Duress, Liliana, the 2 Island Haters were all obvious, and then True Name was like the next best card, basically.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I think Thragtusk should have been left in rather than True Name.
Yes.
Toxic Deluge and...
A, Toxic Deluge. B, his deck is just a value deck as well. Like, if he's got enough disruption to keep you off combo plan, you just want to match him on a value game, and like, you don't want to take out tools for that, like Thragtusk.
Yeah, and he might have Damnation.
Yeah, exactly. There's a whole bunch of things that he can have that
Deed.
It's pretty hard for Thragtusk to be a bad card in a match that's going to go long, I think. I mean, it's just that good.
Yeah. And Liliana of the Veil, he hasn't got creatures to pressure my Liliana. Well, he has a few, but...
Yeah. A sparse number of creatures to pressure your Liliana. And, you know, the hand disruption element of Liliana is insanely good against the blue decks.
Electronics, yeah.
Where they want to sit back on reactive answers and you're just making them discard a card every turn. It kind of forces the issue, forces their hand. They either get crushed by it or they have to do something that's completely unfavourable and you just get the combo in their face, basically. Yeah.
And eventually... you hit the ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, in Magical Web, you just ultimate it. It's not actually that hard to ultimate Liliana. It's only 4 turns.
Alright, so what's coming out? Red Cap is not actually essential to the kill. You can get infinite mana and then use Eternal Witness to get back whatever you want. And you can clamp. You can Trinket Mage. You can find Trinket Mage, and then you can clamp to draw your entire deck. And so you can draw Willful Price, kill their lands, Thoughtseize, strip their hand, and then kill them with creatures. So you'd actually need the red cap. So I can take it out.
Once the combo's going against this deck, there's no immediacy to kill them. It's not like if you don't kill them on the spot, they're going to untap and kill you. Yeah. You're just going to savage their board. They're going to have nothing left, and you just win at your leisure. You don't need to have Karte Moto's red cap in your deck.
Yeah. The 2 removal spells are not very good against Wilpy. Like, he brings in a few small guys and I know he does that, but there's still too sparse targets to be justified.
I just don't think you want cards like... You want, like, high-impact cards, and, like, when you trade 1-for-1 with Snapcaster Mage or Vanilla Ink, like, it feels really bad. Like, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Alright, let's move on to Nick's sideboarding.
So, Nick's taken out a couple of situational counter spells, and, interestingly enough, a couple of removal spells as well. I think he's running a little bit scared of your combo plan after game 1. He's, cutting Diabolic Edict and Shriekmaw is interesting. Edict, I think I understand, because you have so many mana dogs that doesn't really eat anything of relevance. But Shriekmaw's, that's curious to me. What do you think about him taking out Shriekmaw?
I suppose he's seen Isaac's deck before, but he hasn't played against it.
True. He may have played against it, but not that much experience with it. Yeah.
I suppose he figures, like, he's imagining Kitchen Finks, mana guys, Murderous Red Cap. Maybe that's what he has in his mind, and none of those cards are good enough value with a Shriekmaw.
And I guess it's not that far from the truth, to be honest. Like, maybe Shriekmaw is like less good than I'm giving it credit for. It just seems like such a flexible value card that I would be reluctant to cut it. But looking at the deck list, maybe it is the card you want to cut. I definitely like Stifle. Like, Stifle's a good choice to bring in. Yeah, I think is just stifling the Protean Hulk trigger is pretty much game over. I mean, you've shoved all in, and you just got stifled.
Yeah. Well, you get 2 for 1.
Yeah. Thoughts he's pretty self-explanatory. I think he wants to disrupt your combo. You rely on having cards in your hand that are relevant.
Yep.
And taking a critical piece out of your puzzle makes your deck seem like a pretty bad mid-range deck sometimes.
Yeah.
Memory's Journey, just another piece of Graveyard Hate. Yeah, good because it gets to go twice. You get to Memory's Journey once, and then if you go for it again, you get to go Memory's Journey a second time. Nature's Claim.
There's a good chance that he's not going to have priority to kill my Recurring Nightmare or my Pattern of Rebirth even.
Yeah, well, I don't think he ever really gets priority for Pattern of Rebirth.
Yeah. So Nature's Claim's a dubious one, but
Remand coming out is I don't think I like Remand coming out. I think you've got enough kind of expensive spells in your deck that you want to just interact with. Like just remanding Birthing Pot or remanding any kind of 2 or 3 mana spell is really, 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 really good. And maybe if you keep Remand in, don't bring Nature's Claim in, it's maybe better. But we'll see how it goes for Nick.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to...
That was a bit of a savaging.
We kind of ripped into it a bit. I mean, he said, it's his last round, he's out of contention, he just wants to play something different.
Yeah.
And he just picked up a list, and he's gonna go for it and have some fun.
Yeah, no, that's
so we can't be too critical of it.
No, exactly. It's definitely a learning experience, and maybe if he watches this back and... gets over the fact that we're being mean to him.
We actually said, who you got commentating? And I'm like, Paddy. He's like, oh, he's totally going to rip into my plays.
He approached me about it. He was like, say what you want to say.
Yeah,
it's alright. Yeah, so we're just shuffling up here for game 2. Nick's on to play this game because he got, gratuitously comboed.
Yeah, he got turn 2 flashed.
Yeah, turn 2 flash. Not flash kill, but you turn 2 Primus them, and they kind of put him on the back foot, and it opened him up to getting combo killed on turn 4.
Yeah.
Maybe turn 5.
You might be able to hear that cat fight in the background.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's in a ghetto neighbourhood.
Yeah.
Not
ghetto
really.
for cats.
Yeah. Alright, shuffle.
Yeah.
Normally I'm with the gold sleeves, but I'm going for silver this time.
Yeah. You wearing Dragon Shields?
Player's choice.
Player's choice.
Yes, they are my choice. I am a player.
That's fair.
Alright, so
Nick doesn't look like he has very many lands in his hand. I would not be surprised if he mulligans this, and he does.
Yeah. What have I got? My hand's sweet. I've got Carpet of Flowers, Inquisition of Kozilek, Tropical Island, Carrion Feeder, Liliana of the Veil, Bloodstained Mire, Mental Misstep.
That seems pretty solid.
It's an awesome hand.
Yep.
Turn 1 Carpet, and then I probably won't play turn 1 Carpet unless he leads with an island.
Yeah, if he leads with island, I would turn 1 Carpet, but if he doesn't, I would lead with Duress.
Yeah.
Well, Inquisition, or whatever you call it.
Why don't you come with me, little girl, on a magic carpet ride?
Okay.
And I'll ride that carpet to victory.
Yeah.
Alright, so Nick's second hand, he's got Counterspell, Brainstorm, Hero's Downfall, Pluto Delta, Jason Mind Sculptor, and Ancestral Recall. So
this hand is very juicy.
Yeah,
he has multiple, turn 1 draw effects.
Yeah, so he wants to dig for that second land with his Brainstorm and A-Call.
Unfortunately, you have one out of him and drawn Mental Misstep.
I've got my Misstep.
Which is going to be brutal, I can only imagine.
It's going to be sick.
What if you had the Soul Read and say, your opponent has Mental Misstep, would you Brainstorm first, yeah? Because I think you would snap Misstep Brainstorm.
If I had a Soul Read, then yeah.
Yeah.
Procedurally, I suppose he wants to lead with the A-Call first.
You definitely see more cards if you lead with the A-Call.
So, and that's what he needs. He needs his second land.
Yeah.
So, I've drawn for my turn, and I've drawn... What was it? My Carrion Feeder? No. I've drawn another land, I think. Anyway.
It doesn't matter what you drew.
Yeah.
Because you're going to crush him.
Yeah.
Mental Misstep.
Yeah.
So you're going to lead Inquisition here?
Yeah, I presume I am. I'd rather Inquisition than play Carrion Feeder.
Playing Carrion Feeder doesn't seem like a thing. The other is Carpet of Flowers, right?
I wouldn't play Carpet of Flowers because then he doesn't set an island with his Pluto Delta.
Yeah, obviously he's priced in. He's priced in to search for an island here because of his hand. But I suppose you don't know that. Yeah, you obviously don't know. So he may be free to go get Bayou here and then have like a non-island blue source to play.
Correct. Yeah.
Assuming he has like a normal hand.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him, this is interesting. Does he snap?
So
Does he brainstorm here to hide?
He has a choice of brainstorm or A-Call. So
I would 100% brainstorm here.
So he could brainstorm to hide the A-Call on top of his deck.
Yeah.
In which case he gets totally blown out by...
Well, I mean, he's getting blown out regardless here. Like, he just gets blown out regardless because you have misstep. Like, there's nothing he can really do.
Yeah.
Like, I think if I was in that situation, I would probably... I'd probably brainstorm and hide the A-Call. Yeah, and he goes for that.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Because you're just going to misstep it here. Because you just have to.
Yeah.
And now he is a dead man. Like, he's not even, like, close to being a game. Assuming he can, like, just draw land, and, like, maybe he's okay, but, yeah. I was going to compliment him on having a nice beta A-Call, but it's obviously fake.
It's a proxy, yeah. He's done a good job with his proxies. They're nice to print it off.
Except for that white piece of paper that we saw in game one.
Look at me smiling, like, Nick's...
Yeah. That was an absolute savage.
And Nick is not smiling. Yeah.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah.
The Fleecebane land is going monstrous. Yeah. So this is a nasty spot for Nick. Like, I'm not envious of his position here. He draws land. Did he draw land? Oh, he drew an island, and then you're going to ruin him with Carpet of Flowers.
Well, he's got a counterspell if I run it out there. I know he has a counterspell.
Like, it's so...
Yeah. I know he has a counterspell, so I'm not going to play the carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I try and bait with the carrion feeder. He doesn't bite. Well, the carrion feeder bites, but Nick doesn't bite on the bait.
Yeah, I mean, it's the worst bait in the world.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the worst bait in the world. Do you think that you have another land in hand at this point in time?
Let's have a look. I do not.
You do not?
No, I've got Hop, Brainstorm, Carpet of Flowers, Liliana of the Veil.
You don't think it's worth leading Carpet of Flowers here and just see if he snaps off the counterspell? Because if he snaps off the counterspell, then you can just draw land and Liliana or ruin him. Oh, he has Downfall in hand, doesn't he? He has Downfall.
He does have Downfall.
Okay, alright, so that's less good. That's less good. But you get to, like, Liliana up, and then he, like, either, like, discard... Yeah, I think I would be inclined to Carpet of Flowers there.
Alright, so my Brainstorm has yielded Academy Rector, Wild Cantor, and... I'm not sure what that last card is. The green
Tundra.
card. Tundra, yes. Yeah.
So you've drawn a land.
Yeah, so I found the land off the Brainstorm, so I'm relieved.
Yeah.
So I guess I wanted to cast...
Oh, you had Brainstorm in hand last time.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah. I wanted to dig for the land.
Yeah, that makes sense. Unfortunately, he's still only on a one spell a turn program at the moment.
Yeah. I haven't got the double black for Liliana either, unless I resolve the carpet.
True.
Yeah. Alright, so what do I lead with to bait the counterspell? I could just play... I can't play Wild Cantor and Carpet of Flowers here, so it's one or the other.
Having double black spells in your sideboard is kind of like a bit greedy. How many double black spells are there in the main? Just one?
Just red cap. Yeah. That's it, yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, stuff like Liliana's a very powerful card, and like I don't know how great the mana base is.
Yeah, I don't think Liliana fits the strategy of the deck.
I'd be inclined to agree, but I mean, I also inclined to trust Isaac.
Yeah, the same, yeah. Alright, so I'm going with the carpet. So Nick hasn't drawn a land, he's
having a miserable time. He's going to snap off counterspell here. I'd be surprised if he does. I'd be surprised if I don't think I would. I think I would... You have 3 cards in hand. Like, I'm not winning this game by, like, keeping you off doing the things in your hand. I'm winning this game by, like, you having no action, basically.
Yeah, he wants to counter my actual threats.
Yeah, you have to say it for action. Yeah.
I screwed up that turn. I should have first main phase the carpet.
Yeah, so you get mana in the second turn and just crush him with like your triple soul rings.
Yeah, so I spent a whole turn there for nothing, but it's alright. I mean, question is, would I have even run it into the counterspell anyway? I think I would have, yeah.
Run your spell into the counterspell? Yeah,
definitely.
I think I definitely would have. Yeah, because you know you have Rector on top as well.
Yeah. Alright, so...
You have 2 mana in pool, so you're casting that, and you don't have another land, so you can't play Rector this turn. Yeah, I mean, I think Nick has to count.
So it counts that. I mean,
how many cards do you have in
if
hand?
he had have drawn his second black, he could have heroes
He
down.
has Putrefy in hand. Oh, he drew Flash. That must be nice.
Yeah.
What a bit. Just Flash hulking. That's gross.
Got skills.
That's gross.
Yeah, that was a rough game for Nick.
Yeah, that was pretty miserable.